You know, I was a professional cook for about 15 minutes once, so I know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to food. And I bet a lot of you are wondering,
How do they make sun-dried tomatoes? Do they actually put them in the sun?
and I'm here to reveal all the secrets that you've always wanted to know. And best yet, the tomatoes we're using today were homegrown by yours truly. So today we're gonna go over how you can make some sun-dried tomatoes of your own. So let's get into it. So I spent a good 6 months of my life working at Burgerville, and eventually I was in charge of flipping the burgers. And do you know what they put on hamburgers? They put tomatoes. So that makes me an expert. Luckily, I was so high up on the food chain that I didn't actually have to cut the tomatoes. Yep, those suckers came pre-sliced. So heads up, here comes a list of ingredients that you're gonna need. So I'll give you just a second to go get your pens, or you can push pause. But I refuse to be ignored, Karen. Cue theme song from Jeopardy. Okay, time's up, flunkers. Here's the list of ingredients. You ready? Okay, here it comes. The ingredients are
Tomatoes and garlic salt.
You'll also need a few special tools to make this happen. First, you'll need a knife, and then you'll need a cutting board. And after that, you may need a dehumidifier. And here comes the cheat code. If you don't have a dehumidifier, you may be able to use your air fryer. But you'll have to look that one up on some other punk's YouTube. So first things first, you gotta hire somebody to cut the tomatoes for you, like I did when I worked for Burgerville. Tell them to cut it into thin slices so they can dry quicker. The most important thing is making fun of them about how they're not doing things properly. You gotta hover over them a lot or they'll slack off. But you can rest assured after you've ridiculed them enough, they'll be an expert too. So after they've spent a good part of an hour laboring over your homegrown tomatoes, you're gonna wanna lay them out on a sheet so you can salt them. Or you can do it the lazy way like I did, put a few at a time in a bowl and salt them as they layered up. And then take them out of the bowl a little bit at a time and put them on the sheets that go into the dehumidifier in a single layer. Make sure you adjust your labor that you'll give them $10 if they drink the tomato juice at the bottom. But don't tell them how salty it's gonna be. I'm sure they'll get a good laugh from that. And if they get mad about it, just say, hey, don't be like the tomato juice and be a salty batch. Okay, enough with the jokes that I bought from the dollar store. Let's move on to the actual cooking of the tomatoes. After you've successfully put the tomato trays in, that's the trays with the tomatoes on them, you're gonna put the setting for around 140 degrees. Then you'll set the timer for around 6 to 8 hours, depending on how thick you cut them. They should not be done after that 8 hours. You just wanted to make sure that you didn't overcook them. So then you can evaluate at that time how much longer they need to be cooked for. After that, you'll take them out and pick them off the trays individually. And if they're still mushy, you put them back in. If they're crispy, you put them in one pile. And if they're in the middle, they're perfect. And you save those, you put them in the fridge so you can use those ASAP. The super dry batches are the ones that are going to store the best for long term. The medium ones will be the ones that you use within the month or two. Those will go in the fridge and they'll be just fine, but do not leave them out. And for the ones that aren't quite done yet, you put them back into the dehumidifier again, or you can sit there and eat them because that's kind of fun too. Then after you're done separating them all, put them in their containers. I use jars because the humidity in them will even out all of them. And that, my friends, is how you make sun-dried tomatoes.